Anyway, let's continue. Ashton! Woo! Cool! We finished Rebecca. Alright, let's start a little bit of Ashton. It's only been 1 hour. Let's save here. Good. Who's... Oh, man. Ashton's very much friendly with Zachary. And, well, Isabella not so much. And actually, Rebecca is not much of a friend to Ashton. That's surprising. Finally, one character that I really wanted to play from the beginning, because he's actually an investigator. Yay! So we're gonna go deep in the story. And with nowhere else to go, Rebecca called the one person who always had a special place in her heart. All to say thank you, if only for the last time. Oh man, so sad. Anyway, parties have never been really my thing. They're always such a hassle and take so much time off my day, other prior plans and commitments cancelled, all for the sake of playing along with others.
Welcome everyone.
Welcome everyone. I've hated them even as a child.
Please make yourselves at home.
Does the butterfly root say she died? The butterfly root, wait. What are you talking about? The butterfly root? I don't understand what you mean, melody. Let's see. Oh no, let's not do that. There should be an icon to tell you the route. I'm not sure. I don't see it. An icon? Here, you mean? Yeah. No big deal. Let's just... We will eventually find out, I guess. I prefer that to actually know beforehand. Hold on, you check. Eh, no, it's no big deal. Melody. We'll eventually know. I think it's better that way anyway, because that way it's like... It's more like a surprise, you know? Please make yourself at home! But Mom often insisted on dressing me up for these when I was a little boy. She'd slick my hair back, put me in one of those stuffy dinner jackets, and if there were any children around, urged me to make friends. Never are utterly loud and artificious it can be. It was all for the sake of keeping up appearances, pretending to play nice with others. To some extent, lies and intrigues have already surrounded me, long before I've chosen what I wanted to do with my life. Luckily, there are easy ways to tune everything out, and much to my mom's frustration, I've always managed to sneak my CD player along back then. I kept to myself and to my music, and had my own little world. Hey, it's kinda like me when I was at high school. Until I learned to observe. Sure, all it took was Mom confiscating my player during one social function. But when left with nothing better to do, watching people appeared a much interesting activity. More so than feigning a curious face while a snot-nosed kid babbled on about his shiny new toy. In fact, it still is. It's a simple matter of awareness, really. And for someone with keen eyes, a skewed necktie or a simple flick of wrist can alone can tell volumes about a person. I still don't like parties, especially ones as big and fancy as the Wright's house warming. However, when there's actual reason to go to them, I figured, oh, so he has a reason. They're not too bad.
Be careful with Shirley, alright?
Besides, Like it or not, it's all part of the job. I'm here on a mission. Ooh, nice. One that has the name Luke Wright plastered all over it. You'd think the man will want to remain inconspicuous after his name has been linked to several high-profile crimes across Luxburn. Ooh, that's new. Granted, most of it have gone cold over the years, having stagnated without any lead or evidence, but it still doesn't make him any less suspect. Yet, here he is, throwing a party in his own backyard. Although, having observed the man these past years, I'm not even shocked. He craves it, the damn spotlight, constantly yearns for attention like a neglected puppy. He doesn't take a genius to figure out why he's nowhere to be found in his own party. Who's your favorite character in this game, by the way, so far, Melody? Mine is... well, it's probably Ashton, to be honest. But I like Zachary a lot too. He has a good personality, you know. He's like waiting for an opportunity, a grand entrance. But that's not the problem here. What pisses me off is how far his reach extends, how close he has creeped into the lives of the people I care about. Again, like a stubborn itch you can be rid of. First Professor Clark, then there's Isabella. I've also spotted Z-Man around here a while ago, and now there's also Rebecca. Apparently.
Ashton?
Becca, what are you doing here?
I was invited.
Really? I had no idea you were friends with the host.
That explains things and makes this difficult all the same. As if getting a contact among the staff to sneak a name into the guest list is not hard enough. Oh, by the way, Rebecca's chapter was super long. Jesus, it would be like, I think, 7 hours to complete. It's like a trend. This chapter took like 1 hour to complete. This one, 2 hours. This one, 3, 4. But Rebecca was incredibly long, which is a good thing to me, but the guy who would have almost ditched me last night might have placed another setback on my investigation if it's not for the generous tip. Ashton and Zachary as well. Yes! They're the best. Then here comes Rebecca, another person to mine. I like Isabella too, but she's kinda too obnoxious to me.
Well, it's my parents, actually. But that's beside the point. What are you doing here? You hate parties.
I still do. I'm just here on behalf of a friend.
That's a lie. I'm on a mission. A necessary lie. I can't bring my own friends into this any further than what they've found themselves in. Because if Luke Wright is so much as harm a hair on either Zach's or Rebecca's heads, there will be hell to pay. Oh shit. Worrying about Isabella's brief dealings with them is stressing in itself already. I doubt he'd attempt anything in front of other people though. Any untoward action would tarnish his glorious reputation with his peers, and he values appearances more than anything. Prefers to do whatever disposal necessary as quietly as possible, away from the limelight. That doesn't necessarily mean he is not capable of doing so. More than, in fact, and on the off chance he pulls a stunt, I won't be responsible for my action.
That's rare. Do you have someone with you then?
Nope, just me. I won't be staying long.
Well, if that's the case, maybe you and I can...
For Zach's and Rebecca's sake, however, I really hope this will simply be another housewarming, even though something tells me it's anything but. Call it a detective intuition or whatever. When Luke Wright's involved, nothing good has ever come out of it. I simply can't let my guard down here, more so when nearby a familiar car slows to a stop and out comes... Chief? My presence here might be odd at best, but I have an excuse. One that the man standing a few meters away from me ended himself a year ago. Was the leaf icon? Oh, this one? Oh, the branching tree? Yeah, I don't want to see that because, like it says here, this fixture shows the outline of the current chapter and has content that others might deem as spoilers. I don't want that. But that's a good tip, I guess. Served up on a plate, no less, along with the heavy helping of flattery for the newly promoted detective inspector. Can't exactly say the same for my good old boss, can I? Although to see him here, setting it up with Luxburn rich and famous, is not such a big surprise in itself. No disrespect meant, but the guy is obviously a social climber. What is surprising is the fact that he seems all too eager to mingle with a person of interest-wise. Just what the hell is he doing here?
Ashton, what's...
Sorry, Becca. There's something I need to check for a bit. I'll talk to you later. Do you have a ride home?
No, I had to take a cab here. My car wouldn't start this afternoon.
I'll give you a ride home.
But what about...
What the shit is going on here?
I told you to get that old thing checked before, didn't I? You can head back with me after this. Anyway, I gotta go. See ya. Be careful, okay?
Hey, be careful! About what exactly?
I don't want to draw attention to myself either. At least not until he's given me proper reason to spoil his little party.
Thank you for the invite, Anna. Husband still missing, I see.
I should be saying the same of your darling Rochelle, Lee.
She is not
The
missing.
doctors again.
For now, the best I can do is wait behind the crowd and remain inconspicuous to cast less suspicion about myself. What are you doing, Ashton, though? What is your plan here? Zack and Rebecca too, as much as possible. Even if it means having to pretend I don't know them and forcing myself to rub elbows with people I barely know, let alone like. I can't involve them, especially with the added risk of having Chief here, with whose motives are dubious at best. Wandering is out of the question this early as well, when there are guards and civvies stationed here and there to make sure noisy guesses don't go about unattended. Going past them is something I can do with ease, but I'd rather not right now, when I'm one of the few snooping and roaming about. It would be best to try and do so when there's a crowd of people. And if their interior designers' drunken claims are to be believed...
Yes, well, what about Luke?
Oh, also, something happened to Marianne too, right? I wonder what happened to her though.
Should we file a missing persons report now, or do you want to wait 24 hours?
He's around.
He's around.
You know, I can tell if someone's bluffing.
It will all come down to how well I'll play my cards tonight. If I couldn't, this party is going to give me the breakthrough I need to crack Luke right. Something to prove my suspicion wrong, sorry about that. Either or. Maybe find out what kind of game my boss is also playing. I've had an inkling before, a few hunches tempered down by how much of a bumbling fool the man appears, in spite of his rank in the force. But the one does not simply deal with the rights and get invited to a party they host without wanting anything from either of the two. Or the other way around. So, with a last wary glance at the two, I head into the bar room where the party is at. I just hope this will not complicate things further. Shit. Alright, the party again. By the time the party comes into a full swing, night has fallen, yet there still is not a Luke right in sight. I'm aware, and likely the rest of upper class Luxburn, how ostentatious the man can be. Frankly, I'm impressed. I don't even know how many